Singapore 2 years ago. She took the bronze medal in the doubles with Angiashita Awanda, a different partner for her today in the team event. So preparation's over, time to get down to the serious business of trying to take a step closer for Malaysia towards the semi-finals and for Indonesia to getting themselves back into this 5-match tie. Matches alternate between singles and doubles. The singles match to come after this, Go Xin Wei against Hannah Ramadini. But for now it is the doubles. Hu and Woon at the far end. So Woon Kei Wei is the left-hander of the two. While the taller girl with the black socks at this near end is Putresari from Indonesia. Difficult for the umpire to make herself heard over the very vociferous crowd at the moment, making themselves heard and showing their support for Malaysia, the host nation. So we're underway then for the first doubles match of the rubber. Using the outside tram lines on the sidelines now. First point to the Malaysians. It's been a good start for the hosts. 3-love already. It's taking a while to settle into this Indonesia. It's a little too long on that smash. It's better from Indonesia. Just starting to come to life a little now. Good return by Vivian Hu, but setting up the winner for Indonesia. 3-4. First 2-21, don't forget, wins the game. A margin of 2. Good play again by Vivian Hu. Good athleticism to win the point. You see Thailand-Singapore, by the way, going on court 2 in the background for the other semi-final. That's the best rally of the game so far, but you saw the reaction from Woon when she played that return. Knew it had come off the top of the racket and set up an easy winner for Indonesia. Put away quite comfortably by Istrani. Early stages of the game, but the reaction to winning a point is the same every time. 4-6. Malaysia still have the slender advantage. Putrasari's gone down, just clutching her knee here, so have a little bit of concern for Indonesia. Oh dear, that looked a really painful one. Just saw that knee jar as she went for that shuttle, and straight away she knew there was a problem. Oh, it's one of those really painful ones, and that could be a problem for Indonesia. The landing as she came down really heavily on that knee, and it just jarred. Whole body weight came down on the knee as she twisted, and it's never easy, that sort of fall, to cause ligament damage. Something maybe more serious, but just getting a bit of physio, so there will be a slight hold up here. He seems to be in a little bit of pain with it. So a little bit of concern here for Indonesia. Putrasari just being helped back to her feet, but just how mobile she's going to be on that knee. And she seems to be moving it reasonably freely at the moment, but once you start running around the court, that could be completely different. And body language doesn't look good. Oh no, she's not going to be able to continue, I don't think. So, well, this is a sad sight as Putresari's helped away. Clearly unable to continue. The Malaysians just showing some concern as well. But it looks as though Indonesia are going to have to concede the match. Well, that's bitterly disappointing. So Malaysia win it, well, almost by default really, after that injury to Putresari, which is well, it's a bitterly disappointing way for Indonesia to lose, but I'm sure Malaysia will be equally disappointed not to have gone on to win the match fair and square. It was a horrible landing, and you can see the buckle in that knee straight away. Just 11 points played of the opening match. Well, the opening game of the second match. And Putresari unable to continue. So Malaysia take a 2-0 lead in the rubber. And we'll have another singles match up next between Go Jinwei and Hannah Ramadini. And if Malaysia win that one, they will be through to the final. That singles match is coming up in just a moment or two's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, on court 1, second singles, Malaysia, represented by versus Indonesia, represented by Anna Ramadini, umpire Judge Chan, Singapore, serving judge Maria Rosula, the Philippines. Court 1.
Go Xin Wei is the chant from the Malaysian crowd, and slightly earlier than perhaps she was expecting to be on court, the Malaysian comes out alongside Hama Ramadini from Indonesia. Just to bring you up to date on what's happened in the tie so far, Sonia Chia beat Fitriani in the first rubber, 21-17, 21-17, but there was disappointment for Indonesia when Putrisari was injured after just 11 points of the second match, the first doubles match of this semi-final. Badly buckled her knee as she landed, having played a smash, and was unable to continue, so Indonesia forced to concede the match. So Malaysia go into this one leading by 2 matches to love, and if they were to win this one, Malaysia would be into the semi-finals against either Thailand or Singapore, which is the match currently ongoing on court 2. Jess Chan Poyan from Singapore is our umpire. Indonesia were the top medal winners in 2015 at the Seagames. Currently won 12 golds at this current edition, long way behind the host nation Malaysia, who topped the medal table with 40, 31 silvers, 22 bronze, approaching the 100 medal mark for Malaysia. Singapore have picked up 20 golds so far. Unofficial targets talking around 52 golds for Singapore this year. So they're approaching the halfway mark. 20 silvers and 19 bronze. 59 medals so far for Singapore. We're on day 4 of the 29th Sea Games here in Kuala Lumpur. Lots more medal opportunities up for grabs, of course, over the next few days. Just getting a bit of moisture off the court at the moment. Don't want any more mishaps after the injury in the previous game. These two pretty well matched. Go Xin Wei, just 17 years of age, ranked 29th in the world. Hannah Ramadini, her opponent, 3 years her senior, and ranked 32. Currently her highest ranking she's managed to climb to. Part of the team that won the team bronze medal back in 2015. So best of 3 games. First to 21 with a margin of 2 in each game will take it. And Indonesia have to win here. Otherwise they'll find themselves having to settle for the bronze medal as they did 2 years ago. Malaysia took the silver last year, having got to the final. Comprehensively beaten 3-0 by Thailand in the final. Go Xin Wei was a part of the team that Played here 2 years ago. Created history as the youngest ever winner of the Kuala Lumpur Open back in 2015. Goh Xin Wei. He was just 15 years of age. How will she fare here? Indonesia to serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Indonesia, represented by Anna Ramadini. And on my left, Malaysia, represented by Goh Xin Wei. Indonesia to serve, love all, play.
Just out from Goh Xin Wei, so the opening point goes to Indonesia. Took silver in the women's singles. Anna Ramadini 2 years ago. Malaysia off the mark with their first point of the match. Into the net from Ramadini. Just wide from Goh Xin Wei.
Service over. 2-3.
Trading points at the moment, 3-3. Oh, 4-2 in fact to Malaysia, sorry. Great technique. Still very close in this opening game though. for the first time. Go Xinwei hits one out on that left-hand base sideline, rather. Back to 4-5. Better smash, kept that one inside the line. Edges ahead once again. 6-5. Just long again from the Malaysian.
Service over. 6-all.
Very, very close. That's a great winner. Great serve return. Great aggression shown by Go Xinwei. Perfect poise, kept to eye, and it's all the way. Way out of the reach of Ramadini. Brilliant winner. Just out, she judged it perfectly. Go Xinwei may have thought just for a second it was going to clip the outside of the line, but millimetres wide. Watched it all the way. Good crowding for this badminton semi-final, making plenty of noise as they have done throughout the tournaments in the various events, the Malaysians. Straight in at the body of Ramadini and no chance of getting that one back. 9-7 Malaysia lead in the opening game. Just inside the baseline as well. Good play from Malaysia. It's applause from their coaches on the sidelines. An aggressive start from Go Xinwei. It's Long working her opponent around that baseline. 11-7 Malaysia lead at the halfway point of the opening game. Coach, I'm sure we'll be just saying more of the same. Just watch those unforced errors.
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds.
Really good atmosphere, as you can see. Real spur for Go Shin Wei. Knows that if she wins this, her side are through to the final. The potential of a gold medal. Just Long.
Service over. 8-11.
That's just in. And Ramadini's too happy about it, looking at the umpire or the line judge. He may have a point. It may just have dropped beyond the baseline, but it's a point to Malaysia. And Malaysia have the next two serves. Just a telling off from the umpire there for celebrating a little too early, such is what's at stake here. And the margin closing, 10-12 now. Just too long that time from Go Shin Wei. But they're able to really get away in this opening game. Very tight. Wide again, and Go Shin Wei just lost her way a little over the last few points. Indonesia clawing their way back. And we're back to all square, 13-all. 21 remains the target to win the opening game. Well, good winner. After a run of losing points, that's what you want to get yourself back into it. Go Xinwei.
Service over. 14-13.
Took the pace off the shuttle slightly to just drop it exactly where she wanted it. Not a full smash, but enough to win the point. Oh, it's just in. Citriani again can't quite believe it. She may have slightly misjudged that one. Just clipped the outside of the line. It was very, very close. And Malaysia have a slight 2-point advantage. Wants to put a mopping on the court. Go Xinwei. Both players up. It's a little respite to take a slight rest. It's been a good start for both. That's a good rally, but Malaysia win the point. And Madini unable to get that return back, so Malaysia edging closer to possible victory in this first game. 5 more points required. The power on the smash made it difficult for Ramadini. He's very, very close. He's clipping the tape at the top of the net and dropping back her own side. It's just in. It's Go Xinwei's turn to look a little frustrated at the line judge.
It's over. 15-16.
Good decision, right on the line. Called out again, more into the last one to be honest, but the judge has called it out. Goshin Wei judging that one. That's right on the line again. It's almost exactly the same as the last one. A little unfortunate there, Ramadini. 17-15 Malaysia lead. Too long, both players playing in at the net.
Service over. 16-17.
Getting near the stage of the game where every point now is vital. Couple of points advantage for Malaysia. 3 points required for the opening game. That's just in, I think. Madini made a good effort to try and get to it. Goshin Wei got it absolutely spot on in the corner. Committed to every shot, the Indonesian. Good shot from Goshin Wei because she realised that Ramadini would have to cover the whole court, and she very nearly did.
Yes. (19-16)
then, Malaysia edging closer to the first game. So it is game points, 4 game points in fact for Malaysia now to take a 1-love lead in this third match. There it is, 21-16, Malaysia take the opening game. Entertaining, Ramadini played her part, but Goshin Wei did just enough, and Malaysia have a 1-love lead. just failed to get over the net. So second point to Malaysia. Pressure starting to tell on Indonesia. They trail 2-0 in the match, in the rubber. 1-0 in this match. If Malaysia were to win, they would go through to the final. Just out from Go Shin-wei.
Service over. 1-2.
Played 29 singles matches this year, 15 victories for Go Shin-wei. Beat Yi Wing Kin yesterday 21-6, 21-8. As Malaysia saw off Myanmar. What a chance that was. Open court for Go Shin-wei, and she's failed to get the winner. Knocks Indonesia back into this second game. It's brilliant play by both players. Go Shin-wei wins the point, but credit to both for a wonderful rally. Ramadini again ending up on the deck, not for the first time. Both players covering the court brilliantly well. Any advantage is an important advantage in a game that's likely to be as close as this. Three places separate these two on the current world rankings. 29 for Go Shin-wei, 32 for Hannah Ramadini, who now trails 6-2 in this second game. Lost her way a little.
7-2.
So she's giving herself a good advantage now, the Malaysian, in this second game. 8-2 she leads. Ramadini just lost her way a little. She's going to have to dig deep now. Ramadini. Almost at the halfway point of this second game, and Ramadini has just 2 points on the board at the moment. That's just in. So the halfway point sees Malaysia with a healthy lead. It's been a tough day for Indonesia. Lost the opening singles. Fitriani losing 17-21, 17-21 to Sonia Chia. But then the disappointment really coming in that doubles match where Putresari injured her knee badly after just 11 points of the game and was unable to continue. So Indonesia forced to concede the match. There's Malaysia winning 2-0.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I wonder what her coaches had to say to her, Ramadini. 9 points to make up. Malaysia beat Indonesia in the semi-finals last year, don't forget, 3-1. Lost out to Thailand in the final. That's a good winner. Finally, she has a little bit of something to smile about in this second game.
Service over. 3-11.
Good winner from Ramadini. She's shown at times what a good player she is. You don't get to 32 in the world without having some good shots, but that's not a good one. Sets up an easy winner for Goshin Wei.
Service over. 13-4.
That's just wide again. 14-4 now, Malaysia. Easing towards the semi-finals, it would appear.
14-4.
Just out.
It's over. 6-15.
I think that's been called in. Dini thought it had just hit the wrong side of the line and was celebrating the point.
Service over. 16.
That's right on the line. That's good play. Good response.
Service over. 7-16.
It's into the net. Disappointing from Go Xinwei. She needs 5 points to win.
8-16. Service over. 17-8.
That's a great winner. Really is at the top of the game at the moment, Go Xinwei. 18-8 now.
18-8.
She stumbled slightly and able to get that back, Go Xinwei. So it's another point for Ramadini.
Service over. 9-18. Anna. Me.
Better serve from Ramadini. Long from the Malaysian. Oh, it's in. Go Xinwei misjudged it, thought it was dropping out, and the umpire, or the line judge rather, gave it in.
18.
Hit the line. It's well in, actually. Hit the main part of the line. A misjudgment from Go Xinwei. Oh, it's out again. As soon as she hit that, you could see it was going wide. So a bit of a run here for Indonesia to pull themselves back into this one.
12-18.
Still a long way to go, but signs that Ramadini is putting up a fight. She ends the run of Indonesian point scoring with another fine winner, Go Shin Wei. Couldn't quite reach it, Ramadini. So 2 points away from putting Malaysia into the semi-final, into the final rather.
It's over. 19-12.
It's just in. Good return.
Service over. 30-19.
It's given us in again, and Ramadini can't quite believe it. But Malaysia have 7 match points for a place in the final. And it just clipped the line. It's certainly been given us in. Going to get a ticking off of the umpire here for a reaction to the point.
It's over. 20 match point.
So this to put Malaysia into the finals of the badminton team. There it is. 2-love win for Go Shin Wei. 21-13, she takes the second game. Morten Frost there, the performance director, just at the back looking on, will be delighted with his performance. Disappointment for Indonesia having lost Putresari in that doubles match to injury. But the two singles, Sonia Chia and Go Shin Wei, have done their jobs. Final decisive point to win it, 21-16, 21-13. Malaysia take the tie, 3-love. And as they did last year, they've beaten Indonesia in the semi-finals to book a place in the final. They'll play either Thailand or Singapore for the gold medal. Not to be Indonesia's day today, but in front of the home crowd who've been exceptionally supportive. Malaysia go through. Ramadini disappointed to go out, but she's been beaten by Go Shin Wei. And Malaysia through to the final after a 3-love victory in the match. Confirmation of a score of that final and decider, 21-16, 21-13. Malaysia safely through, and they will play either Thailand or Singapore in the final. Hope you've enjoyed the women's team semi-final. Confirmation of the final result, that whitewash really in the second game. Vivian Hu and Woon Kei Wing, Mistrani and Putresari, who had to retire, conceding it 2-0. So a 3-0 match win for Malaysia. Until the next time, we'll say goodbye from the badminton. Welcome to day 4 of competition at the 29th Seagames. And we've reached the badminton's semi-finals in the women's team competition. Coming up this morning, Malaysia taking on Indonesia in the first semi-final for the right to play either Thailand or Singapore in the team final. Always a popular event, of course, at these tournaments, the badminton. There's a look at what happened yesterday. Thailand with a bye through to the semi. Singapore beat Vietnam in their quarter-final, while Malaysia comfortably overcame Myanmar 3-love to go through to play the seeded Indonesians. And there's a look at our order of play this morning. Sonia Chia comfortably won her opening match yesterday. She plays Fitrani in the opening game. It's alternating between singles and doubles. 5 rubbers, first one to 3. And if we do reach 3-0, of course, then the 2 matches at the bottom of the screen won't get played. Certainly Sonia Chia was very impressive yesterday. 21-9, 21-19. She beat Bethataf Dazar. Years of age, Sonia Chia, ranked 24th in the world in singles. Taking on Fitriani, who's normally a doubles player. She's just outside the world's top 50 in doubles. Not usually known as a singles player, but she's got the opportunity to prove herself here today for Indonesia. Philippines providing the umpire with Judith Brasula. First to 21 points in each game. It's the best of 3. Always nice to get off to a positive start as well, winning an opening game to just settle things down and get you in that positive frame of mind for the match. Sonia Chia will certainly feel that she'll be looking to get her team, Malaysia, off to a winning start in the rubber. Good atmosphere already, and fans hoping that Malaysia can book their place in the finals on their way to potentially another gold medal. Currently top of the medals table, Malaysia, after the opening days of competition. Still a long way to go. I don't think we've reached 20% of the medals awarded as yet, so lots more to come over the next 10 days or so.
Ready to play?
So we're ready for the first game then. Malaysia at the far end in the black, Sonia Chia.
Ready?
Taking on Fitriani from Indonesia.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia, represented by Sonia Chia, and on my left, Indonesia, represented by Fitriani. Indonesia to serve, love ball, play.
First point to Malaysia on the Indonesian serve. Serve switches over to Malaysia after the opening serve. It was a very good all-round performance by the Malaysians yesterday. Vivian Hu and Woon K Wei, who will be up next, had a very comfortable victory in their doubles match to really give Malaysia a foothold in the tie. And they've got a foothold in this first game as well, with Sonia Chia leading already 3-love. Needs to build up a little bit of a gap. Just out from Chia, gives away her first point. Using the inside tram lines for the singles, of course. Wider lines for the doubles a little later. Aim is to move your opponent around the court as much as possible. That's what Fitriani is trying to do, and she wins another point. Mistake by Sonia Chia, netting the return. Oh, it's a lovely winner. Great smash from Fitriani to level it up at 3-3. So, having fallen 3 down, she's picked up a little bit of momentum. 3 points in a row. That's a really good winner. Long from Fitriani, she judged that one perfectly. Sonia Chia. Not too much to choose between these two in the opening points.
Service over. 4-all.
Well, that's the best rally of the game so far. Chia takes the point, but she was made to work hard for it by Fitriani. Just trying that little lob shot, which didn't quite come off for her. This will be the first badminton medal decided before we head into the singles. The final of the two-team competitions taking place tomorrow. That's a lovely drop shot from Chia, asking too much of Fitriani at the net.
6-4.
It's another good smash from Fitriani, forcing the winner. Great height on the serve. Now she's working Chia really hard. That's easy into the open court though for the Malaysian. But Fitriani's tactics are quite clear to make Sonia Chia move around that court as quickly as possible. I think that was probably dropping out anyway for Fitriani, but Chia taking no chances, wins the point. 7-5. Clever play very close to the net, and again a simple smash winner for the Malaysian. Make sure a racket didn't touch the net, of course. Would have been a point given the other way if it had. Just out. And judge at the far end, arm stretched, signifying that was just out of play. It's very, very close. I think she thought she got the point there, Fitriani. 9-5 to Malaysia. That's another great smash. Had to reach for that one, Chia, but she got it perfectly right. That's another good smash winner from Fitriani this time.
Service over. 6-10.
Oh, great play once again. Fitriani wins the point. And that's probably the longest rally so far.
7-10.
Both girls working each other around the court nicely, and plenty of pace on the shuttle. But in the end, Chia nets. And Indonesia on their own server, 3 points down at 7-10. Good winner once again from Chia. Halfway point to the first game. Malaysia have the edge 11-8, but it's been a good opening for Fitriani. Certainly hasn't looked overawed by a higher ranked opponent. It's a little awkward as she approached the net there. Chia managed to twist the racket, get the win up. She knows she's got a game on her hands. Got to be at her best to try and take the opening point here in Indonesia. These two met in the semi-finals last year. Malaysia running out 3-1 winners to book a place in the final against Thailand, but were beaten 3-0 to the silver medal.
11-8, play.
So she's managed to come back to within a point now, Fitriani. Uncharacteristic error from Sonia Chia. Back to all square. A little bit flat on that forehand there, Chia, which saw the shuttle hit the net. 11-all.
Service over. 12-11.
Sekali lagi diingatkan bahwa penonton dilarang menggunakan flash fotografi atau membuat rekaman video semasa perlawanan sedang berjalan. Harap maklum.
Long again from Fitriani.
13-11.
That's just in. I thought Fitriani thought that was dropping out. It's the
14-11.
far baseline used in the singles, not the one in the inside tram line.
19-6.
Just a misjudgment from the Indonesian. .21 points required to take the opening game. That's just out. I don't think Sonia Chia thought that was going out. She made an attempt for that. I don't think she could reach it, but just wide of the base, the sideline. Another good rally. It's just out again from Chia. I mean, she's made more forced errors in this opening game than she did in the whole of her first match yesterday. Shows the Indonesian just putting under a little bit of pressure. And she's normally known as a doubles player, Fitriani, but taking the opening singles match in the semi-final. She's not letting this one get away from her, Fitriani. Coach looking on will be pleased with her opening efforts in this first rubber. Best of 3 games in each match. First to 21 with a gap of 2 will win the match. Will win the opening game rather. That's just
14,
in.
15.
Sonia Chia's turn to slightly misjudge the flight. Yep, landed in. That one's out. Fortunately as well, because she stumbled a little there. Chia as she tried to get that back.
16-14.
She needs 5 points to take the opening game. Just stumbled a little as she went for that one. No matter, it dropped just out of play. 14-16 then on the Indonesian serve. Just out again from Chia. Notice the difference in serving styles between these two. Fitriani gets that tremendous height, whereas Chia just a little dink over the net. Great smash winner. It's one of her best shots, that, the overhead winner, Sonia Chia. Been used to good effect so far in both games she's played. Fitriani's body weight was just going the other way and she couldn't quite adjust in time. Been a very good opening game. Not too much to choose between these two. So back to all square.
Service over 18-17. Out. 19-17.
So 2 points needed for Malaysia. A little bit of a gap just opens up again. So Malaysia win the points, and finally after a real battle in this opening game,
20, game point, 17.
it's game point to Malaysia. Winner just in the side the baseline. So Sonia Chia takes the first game 21-17.
Malaysia, 21-17.
He's ranked slightly higher. Fitriani. Currently 21 in the world rankings. Played 23 singles matches in 2017, 14 victories. And her ranking has risen steadily. She was outside the world's top 100 in 2015, but she's risen to her current ranking very quickly. So clearly a young up-and-coming player at just 18 years of age.
Game, double play.
So a slight advantage in the tie to Malaysia, who will serve first in the second game. Just too long.
Over 1, no.
It's another error from Chia.
Too long.
Oh, it's unfortunate. She just lost her footing, Chia. And Fitriani's able to win the point. Good athleticism by the Indonesian, but she almost made it back. The racket just came out of her hand as she tried to get back to her feet there, Sonia Chia. It's a little unfortunate. Managed to get that first one back. She did well to get that one back. Not the second, though. To the net again from Chia, who's been put under a little bit of pressure in this second game by the Indonesian. Just out.
5-1.
Wide, no judged by Chia. It's just her second point in the second game, and she has the serve now for a couple of points. Just in once again. Judging those very well, the Indonesian, getting them just inside the baseline. And just wide that time.
Over 3-7. Service over. 4-7.
That's a good comeback from Chia. 7-1 down at one point, now she's got back to 7-5.
Service over. 8-5.
Just wide again, so Fitriani continues to stay ahead. So the halfway point of the second game, Fitriani wins the point, and she has a 5-point advantage at the moment. Once again, Chia not able to come up with enough movement on that little drop shot. A simple winner. And take a short break between the two halves.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
See in the background the other semi-final going on between Thailand and Singapore. Thailand were victorious in the women's team. As we said 2 years ago, neither of these women were in their respective teams 2 years ago, so new experience for them in the team competition. Particularly Fitriani, just 18 years of age. Just on the line. And just wide again for Fitriani. And maybe Chia sees a little gap for her here to get back into this one. Trails by 3. That's a good comeback from Malaysia. Back to within a point. Enjoying her best spell of this second game so far now, Chia. Back to all square. It's a very good comeback. Just out. Could put the curse on her by saying that she was getting those just right, Fitriani. Last couple have dropped beyond the baseline, giving the point to Malaysia. think she thought that was in there, Chip. Let's have a look, see if we can see. And she may have a point. It seemed to land on the line. Given to Indonesia though. Good power on that smash. Fitriani unable to get the shuttle from out in her body. Always difficult when it's aimed at the body, of course, to just get your racket in front. Tried to adjust the position, but it came off the shaft of the racket rather than the head. 12 all. That one is just out. No question about that one.
13, 12.
But there's nothing to split these two at the moment. Playing some very good badminton between the two. Positive play once again from Malaysia. Coach is delighted on the sidelines with Sonia Chia's application at the moment. Being trailed in this game, she's got her nose in front now.
Service over. 14 all.
So still all square at 15 all. The target is 21 points, don't forget, with a margin of 2. Malaysia won the opening game 21-17.
Service over. 16-15.
Service over.
And neck cord just worked in Sonia Chia's favour there, and a wry smile from the Malaysian. No, she was a little fortunate just there. All Fitriani could do was set up the winner, and it was comfortably put away by Chia into the open court. So Malaysia 4 points away from victory in the opening match. But it's not all over just yet. 17 all.
17 all.
And this is where the points are at a premium. This is where you don't want to be making unforced errors, especially when you're already trailing by a game. Slender lead again for the Malaysian. Oh, it's in. Fitriani misjudged it once again, and it just clipped the line. So 19-17 now, and a little bit of breathing space, albeit a tiny bit of breathing space for Sonia Chia. She's been in a game so far. It may not be over, but she's edging closer. Oh, it's wide. 2017, it's match point Malaysia. As Fitriani's resistance been broken finally, having lost the opening game 21-17. She finds herself 20-17 down in the second. Match point Malaysia. And Malaysia take it, it's a brilliant smash. And Sonia Chia's reaction says it all. Sense of relief in there as well that she's come through a tricky tie against the player ranked 3 places higher in the world rankings. But Malaysia win the opening rubber, 21-17, 21-17. And her delight says it all in terms of the host nation. Brave from Fitriani, but wasn't quite good enough on the day. Great smash to win it. Great opening match. And still more to come in this tie. Indonesia have the doubles up next to try and get themselves back into it. So first of 3, don't forget, in the 5-match rubber. But Malaysia have taken a 1-love lead, thanks to Sonia Chia. (21-17), 21-17 she wins it. Confirmation of the score. 2-0 victory for Malaysia, and the doubles is up in just a couple of minutes' time.
by Vivian Woon Kowe versus Indonesia, represented by Nikaput Mahadewi Iswarani, Roshita Eka Putri Sari, umpire Sin Sin Chit, Myanmar, service judge Arin Nesapon, Thailand, Court 1.
So after the excitement of that opening match between Sonia Chir and Fitriani, it's time for the opening doubles in the women's semi-final. Malaysia against Indonesia. Malaysia in the black, Vivian Hu and Woon Kei-wei. Woon Kei-wei, the left-hander of the two. That's her there. Well, their opponents will be Istarani and Putrisari from Indonesia. Putrisari, the taller of the two. Istarani doubles ranked 16 in the world. Putrisari ranked 18. Malaysia leading 1-love in the 5-match rubber, so important that Indonesia try and get themselves a victory here in the doubles. Istarani was part of the team that took bronze in Singapore 2 years ago. She took the bronze medal in the doubles with Angiashita Awanda, a different partner for her today in the team event. So preparations over, time to get down to the serious business of trying to take a step closer for Malaysia towards the semi-finals and for Indonesia to getting themselves back into this 5-match tie. Matches alternate between singles and doubles. The singles match to come after this, Go Shin Wei against Hannah Ramadini.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But for now it is the doubles. Hu and Woon at the far end. So Woon Kei-wei is the left-hander of the two. Well, the taller girl with the black socks at this near end is Putresari from Indonesia. Difficult for the umpire to make herself heard over the very vociferous crowd at the moment, making themselves heard and showing their support for Malaysia, the host nation. So we're underway then for the first doubles match of the rubber. Using the outside tram lines on the sidelines now. First point to the Malaysians. A good start for the hosts. 3-love already. It's taking a while to settle into this Indonesia. A little too long on that smash. That's better from Indonesia. It's starting to come to life a little now. Good return by Vivian Hu, but setting up the winner for Indonesia. 3-4. First 2-21, don't forget, wins the game. A margin of 2. Good play again by Vivian Hu. Good athleticism to win the point. See Thailand, Singapore, by the way, going on court 2 in the background for the other semi-final. That's the best rally of the game so far, but you saw the reaction from Woon when she played that return. Knew it had come off the top of the racket and set up an easy winner for Indonesia. Put away quite comfortably by Istrani. Early stages of the game, but the reaction to winning a point is the same every time. 4-6. Malaysia still have the slender advantage. Sorry's gone down, just clutching her knee here, so have a little bit of concern for Indonesia. Oh dear, that looked a really painful one. Just saw that knee jar as she went for that shuttle, and straight away she knew there was a problem. Oh, it's one of those really painful ones, and that could be a problem for Indonesia. The landing as she came down really heavily on that knee, and it just jarred. Whole body weight came down on the knee as she twisted, and it's never easy, that sort of fall, to cause ligament damage. Something maybe more serious, but just getting a bit of physio, so there will be a slight hold up here. He seems to be in a little bit of pain with it. So a little bit of concern here for Indonesia. Sorry, just being helped back to her feet, but just how mobile she's going to be on that knee. And she seems to be moving it reasonably freely at the moment, but once you start running around the court,